Do you ever feel like your faith is stuck in the past? Like the God you believe in is the same yesterday, today, and forever? Well, imagine what it was like in the 1960s when the world was changing faster than ever before. Rockets reached space. Revolutions shook the world. And a new cultural wave was changing what it meant to be human. But in the middle of all that change, the Catholic Church was struggling to speak to a modern world that no longer listened. It was an old church clinging to old ways, and it risked becoming irrelevant. So in 1962, Pope John XXIII called for an extraordinary council, Vatican II, to bring the church up to date. Now, that sounds simple enough, but this wasn't your average church meeting. This was the most ambitious council in church history. For 4 years, bishops from around the world gathered to discuss the biggest challenges facing the church. They debated how to speak to a modern world, how to reach out to other Christians and other religions, and how to dialogue with non-believers. And the changes they introduced were nothing short of dramatic. For centuries, Mass had been celebrated in Latin, but now it was made clear that it should be celebrated in the local language so that all the people could understand it. Priests, instead of facing the altar, were encouraged to face the people, to become more like shepherds and less like priests. Dialogue was opened with other Christians, other religions, and even non-believers. Now, for some, these changes were a breath of fresh air, a sign that the Holy Spirit was moving and that the church was being renewed for the modern world. But for others, it was absolute chaos. Sacred traditions were being abandoned. The focus on mystery was being replaced with a focus on modernity, and the authority of the church was being challenged like never before. Even today, the debate still rages. Did Vatican II save the church or weaken it? Now, honestly, I don't think it's an either-or situation. Yes, there were positive changes, but there were also negative consequences. But here's the thing. Vatican II was not just a meeting of bishops. It was a collision of tradition and modernity, a turning point that shaped every Catholic's experience of faith today. The real challenge is not simply what happened in the 1960s, but how the Church continues to wrestle with the same question today. How do you stay timeless in a world that never stops changing? Because the truth is, the world keeps changing, and the Church needs to keep changing with it if it wants to continue to be relevant. But at the same time, the Church has to preserve its traditions and its teachings. It's a delicate balance, but it's one that the Church must continue to strive for. So what do you think? How has Vatican II shaped your experience of faith? And what are the challenges facing the Church today? Let's have that conversation.